Senate President Pro Tem Phil Berger here to talk about the budget. Your budget. Is this budget, your goals and philosophy all rolled into one big bill?
Kelly, there's a lot of that. Certainly there's promises kept as far as the campaign is concerned. We talked about balancing the budget without raising taxes. We talked about allowing temporary taxes to sunset. We talked about reforming education. We talked about a number of other things, and much of that is rolled into the budget.
Many Democrats and skeptics and opponents who will be on this show say they're targeting that education funding. You're eliminating teacher assistants, but you're also offering to hire 1,100 school teachers. How will that work in those elementary school grades?
You know, first of all, what we are doing is we are funding K-12 education at a higher level than the House budget. The other thing that we're doing is we're adding 1,100 teachers in grades 1, 2, and 3. We are eliminating a number of positions in K-12 education, but we're doing all of this, as you know, within the context of a $2.5 billion shortfall. And in education, what we're looking at is reforming education. We've looked at the results that we've received in education over the past several years. We see graduation rates where fully 1/3 or nearly 1/3 of our ninth graders don't graduate from high school. We see remedial classes in the university system and remedial classes in the community college system where folks that graduate from our public high schools have to take remedial classes when they get to college. We see third graders where fully 23% of the third graders are not reading at grade level. So we see a real need for changes in public education, and we're doing that.
Well, the debate says when schools are struggling, you give them more money. This budget goes in reverse. If you're asking North Carolinians to watch their school budgets get cut, what are you giving them back in terms of reform and new philosophy you think will work under the reduced funding?
Well, we're giving back a system that's geared to having kids reading by the time they finish the third grade. And the studies are telling us that the way to do that is to have a smaller class in grades 1, 2, and 3 and have a highly qualified teacher in those classes. So that's one of the things we're doing. We are changing the funding formula for grades 1, 2, and 3 so that we are funding more teachers for those classrooms, 1,100 more teachers in the first year. Ultimately, the goal is to get those class sizes down to 1 to 15. The other thing we're doing in order to ensure that we've got highly qualified teachers is we are in the first year of the biennium funding the development of a pay-for-performance plan for teachers. And in the second year of the biennium, we are funding that pay-for-performance plan.
Merit pay.
Merit pay. We've talked about it for a long time. A lot of folks have talked about it. We're finally getting it done.
Philosophically, there's a penny out there you could claim as a sales tax and bring in $800 million. You, Speaker Tom Tillis, say no way. Why is that penny so important to you as a leader?
Because it's not a penny. It's $1 billion. It's $1 billion out of the pockets of individuals in North Carolina. It's $1 billion out of small businesses in North Carolina. It's $1 billion that the economists tell us will create 11,000 jobs. So what we're saying is let's leave that $1 billion in the hands of the people. Let's let the people make the decision about how to spend that money. Let's allow that spending of that $1 billion to help us create jobs, which really is the #1 priority for us and I think for the people of our state.
Perfect setup for the next question. Senator Fletcher Hartsell calls this proposal, the Senate budget, a shot in the arm to the economy. When and how will North Carolinians see the effects of this budget once it's passed, if it's passed in its form?
Well, one way they'll see it is beginning July 1, they'll see the sales tax go down. That's a shot in the arm for people and for small businesses. Another way they'll see it is when some North Carolinians do their tax returns, because we're looking at rate reductions at all levels. We're looking at the expiration of the temporary surtaxes. We're looking at that as a significant shot in the arm for the people of the state, ultimately a shot in the arm for the economy.
Senator Phil Berger, thanks for being on.
Thank you, Kelly.